I've always wondered why this wasn't more of a thing because it's so simple. I had this old 10-volt solar panel from one of those like solar powered yard lights. The charging unit blew out, so I took the solar panel, and this is just a mason jar full of regular tap water with some baking soda. Apparently, table salt works better for electrolysis, but it's what I had. And these are stainless steel conductors. And check out the electrolysis here just from the natural sunlight out here. It's actually, there's barely any sunlight at all. But like, how simple is this? It's basically just passive electrolysis, hydrogen and oxygen production. I can just leave this out here 24/7, and in theory it's just constantly breaking down the water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen, and the gas is escaping out of the jar container. But I mean, just think about doing this at scale with like several megawatts of solar panels and using seawater as your electrolyte. I think you could just produce insane amounts of hydrogen and pure oxygen gas at an incredibly low cost. So yeah, anyway, this was just kind of a fun little side project thing that I whipped together in about 10 minutes. One thing I've been thinking about lately, there's all of this climate change, tech salvation kind of stuff going on. Decarbonize and actually extract carbon from the atmosphere using complex chemistry and machines. And I started to think there's like an alternative to that, an additive solution. Of course, I'm not recommending we do any sort of geoengineering or any of that stuff, because you'd start to do that at scale and you could theoretically cause some real problems. Although, given the current scenario with climate change, kind of starting to wonder if like maybe it's not such a big deal if we start to really experiment. It's kind of more like when rather than if there's going to be a serious climate catastrophe, and so maybe experimenting with ways to reduce carbon. God, look at all that hydrogen and oxygen. It's pretty cool. But anyway, I was thinking like there's this alternative path to reducing carbon in the atmosphere, and that's by using gaseous chemistry, right? If we're so good at emitting greenhouse gases, what's to stop us from emitting vast quantities of positive gases into the atmosphere that can actually, perhaps bind with carbon and bring those carbon down, or through chemistry combine with the carbon and lock it up in a more permanent non-greenhouse gas form. And I'm not a chemist, but I'm releasing oxygen, pure oxygen and pure hydrogen into the atmosphere with this device passively. And that's kind of cool, and I'm sure there's other ways to release gases passively like this at scale, with very little infrastructure. So yeah, anyway, I went on way too long as usual, but fun little experiment. Thanks for watching.